Thank you. You know, if we were to measure the amount of rainfall that's fallen in the East Coast over the last few days, it would be a thimbleful compared to the amount of tears that have been shed across this country because of the overprescribing practices that are still current today. I am so sad to be here again, and I'm so honored and pleased to be up in front of you, but man, I wish we weren't here. This just cannot change quickly enough. My name is Lexi Holtum. I am the Vice President of the Steve Remler Hope Foundation, and I am a person in long-term recovery. Steve was my fiance, and he is one of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of really good human beings who have suffered as a direct result because of the prescribing practices in our country. And as you heard Andrew say, this isn't just about prescription opioids anymore. We know it to be true that 4 out of 5 new heroin users have started with prescription pills. We know it to be true that it is the #1 cause of accidental death in our country. So you're going to get a lot of good information, and I could stand up here and talk to you for days. I have 5 minutes. I'm going to try and honor that. So what I want to tell you is that Steve was a really good man who tried really hard to get over his addiction to opioids. And as I look out here in the audience, I know that to be true for all of your loved ones, right? Nobody wants to be addicted to anything. Nobody wants to go down the road of suffering, especially, you know, people who have the disease of addiction are really amazing people with really big hearts who have really intelligent minds. The stigma that is projected out there is not true. So you standing up, you being here, is going to change that. And together we're going to make, as everyone has said so far, together we're going to heal this epidemic. We can and we will. And the thing I want to touch on today, because everybody's going to talk to you about a little bit different spheres, but we're all talking about what we can do federally. So what I want to talk to you about today is naloxone. How many of you know what that is? Can I see hands? How many of you in this audience wish you had it right now? All right? So listen, you guys, we need Secretary Burwell to find some emergency funding for all of us to be able to have naloxone, not just first responders. I'm really grateful for the federal money that's coming down for first responders, but we need it to be in the hands of the harm reduction coalitions across this country, in the hands of the CAN, in the hands of every organization, every nonprofit, every little itty bitty organization that's out there trying to save a life. Everybody should be able to have this. It's totally benign. It has no abuse potential. There is no harm. And the stigma that if you give a mom naloxone to be able to have in her home because her child is addicted, or if you give a loved one naloxone to be able to carry in their purse because they want to be able to save a life, that might somehow make somebody who's addicted to opioids use. Can we just say that that is an absolute ridiculous statement? All right, that's like telling somebody with an allergy to bees, well, that's just gonna make you more likely to want to stand around bees, okay? It just doesn't happen. So what I want to tell you also is that anybody out there who needs our help I'm trying to keep this really big picture, you guys, but if anybody's out there that needs our help, having the ability to have a 911 Good Sam naloxone law in your state, please go contact us at the Steve Rumler Hope Foundation and let us give you the model for how we did it that was shared from other states that had gone before us. If you need some information, if your prescribers need education, we have free CMEs on pain and addiction. We want to give this out to people for free. What we need to do is we need to educate everybody. We just need to stand up and educate everybody, but particularly our prescribers, our first responders, our law enforcement, our Congress members, and our community members. So the last thing I'm going to say is I'm going to say a call to action. I want you to turn to the person next to you and commit to talking about this to everyone in your life. So just choose to do that.
I already talked
All right. We are a constituency of consequence. Do you hear me? We are a constituency of consequence, which means if we show up, if we stop being afraid to talk about it, if we stop being ashamed or afraid ourselves, then things change. I'm proud of each and every one of you for being here. I am grateful to know you all, and I'm really thankful. So with that, I'm going to pass on to the next speaker. Thank you so much.